There's no place I'd rather be. Welcome back to Adult Cream. It's time for our fourth purple gem. And today we're going to go back again. Start this pattern. We start with a recent song, do an old one, then a recent one, then an old one. Now we've gone way back in time. We're going to talk about an album that's generally acclaimed very well in the Prince community, Prince. A song we're going to talk about, unlike the past couple of songs I've done, which are generally quite obscure, and the last one especially, out of all the gems so far, the last one was by far the least popular I've done so far. It was very slow to lift off. But the song we're going to talk about today is on the second side. It's the fourth track down. It's called I Feel For You. And I Feel For You is an impressive, happy, happy dance song, basically. Now this record here, this is an original copy. When I bought it, this is actually a 1979 pressing. Well, probably 1980 because it was actually sold in New Zealand. This record store here, I know for a fact, shut down in 1983. So we know it's not Purple Rain. So this was, and also Prince had a massive hit in 1980 with I Want to Be Your Lover, so copies of the album sold quite well here. I mean, don't you just love that shot, But anyway, already when we talked about In Love, I mean, this song, I Feel For You's got the same theme. Basically, Prince has got the hots for a girl. He's physically attracted to her, Baby, baby, when I lay with you, there's no place I'd rather be. I can't believe the things you do, the things that you do to me. I wouldn't lie to you, baby. You, baby, I'm physically attracted to you. This feeling that I got for you, baby, is nothing that I wouldn't do. Love you, girl. I feel for you. Dun, dun, dun. So it's a very positive, upbeat song, and that's so interesting because the 3 or 4 morose ballads on this album I don't really think work. I mean, I'm not really a fan of songs like With You, Still Waiting, or When We're Dancing Closer. So it's going to be Lonely's a bit better. It's got some good coda in it, but I Feel For You has got an amazing, sort of synthesizer romp running for it. Really catchy, almost disco feel synthesizer. It's like this, dun 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 dun. And then it's like he pushes the keys, it makes sort of like drum sound. He goes, oh baby, baby, when I look at you. Really great harmony vocals. There's some deeper falsetto coming in with the shriller falsetto. So you got like, I can't believe the things you do. So again, he's already doing amazing things with his voice on this track. Now, the song was about Patrice Rushen, which Prince had a crush on. She had a 1984 hit with a song called Forget Me Nots, which I really love, but she had been kind of making music right back into the 70s, and like Prince, she was a prodigy, a young, light-skinned black woman, very attractive. And also, of course, as you know, the song I Want to Be Your Lover was also about Patrice Rushen. Basically, oh, look, my hand's almost as dark as Prince's here. Well, I suppose it's just the lighting. But anyway, basically she wasn't interested, which is strange because normally with Prince, I mean, women wouldn't say no. I mean, even at this stage when he was doing his 1980 Prince tour, apparently when Prince was singing some of those cruder lines from songs like I Want to Be Your Lover and Sexy Dancer and making lewd suggestions to the audience, all the women were swooning and saying yes, so Patrice Rushen was holding out basically. I mean, she could have been loved by the big lover man Prince. She lost out on what Vanity and Susanna gained basically. But moving along, so the song originally actually has a colourful history. It was first actually recorded at a session with Pepe Willie and the 94 East crew at a studio in New York, and basically it was recorded originally on the 17th of February 1979, and on this unreleased version, which was just a basic tracking, Prince is basically singing and playing the organ. Pepe Willie is Andre's on bass, and Pepe Willie's doing some other things. I'm not sure what he's doing. But the song was going to be given to Little Anthony and the Imperials, but they obviously didn't want it. Toby thought it was a bit too childish after all. Prince was still 20. So basically the song was hidden. I'd love to hear this unreleased version, even though it is just basically synthesizer backing and Prince's guy vocals. And then basically in April 79, Prince pulled it out of the vault and basically worked on it at Alpha Studios when he was recording the rest of the Prince album. And that was the basic tracking, and basically all the mixing got done in May and June of 79. Along again with our old friend Bob Mockler, who, as you know, went on to mix basically Dirty Mind and Controversy. So that's I Feel For You, wonderful song. I mean, the other good thing about I Feel For You too, and look, I mean, I had the album for years, but I actually bought this CD. This is the only old Prince CD I bought, which is a remake. I bought this after his death, just after his death, before Warner Brothers started doing all these expensive re-releases. They just basically re-released everything from For You up to the hits, including Love Symbol, basically. So I went out and bought this CD, pretty much, which I think is quite nice, And anyway, what happened was in 1984, Chaka got hold of the song of Prince. She did a version of it, and she changed the spelling of it, because the original Prince version, it spelled I Feel For You. Prince wasn't using Prince phonics until the Controversy era. and she spelled it as I feel for and you, basically, and the song became a #3 hit in America. I think it went to #1 in Britain, I'm not sure, but it went really high around the world. It was a platinum hit. It was probably Chaka Khan's biggest hit, even outdoing Ain't Nobody, basically, which I absolutely love that song, actually. I should really get into some more Chaka Khan. I mean, I think she's great, you know. I mean, all that early Rufus stuff, like Do You Love What You Feel, basically. But anyway, so that became a massive hit, and of course, because Prince wrote it, Prince got rich, and what a good time for the song to be a hit, you know, during the Big Purple Rain year, where basically everything Prince touched turned to gold. Basically, why I brought it up as a gem is because when you hear people talk about great Prince songs off this album Prince, there's so many. I mean, they talk about I Want to Be Your Lover, Why You Want to Treat Me So Bad, Sexy Dancer. I mean, I can't deny that one's magic. Bambi, of course, and even Still Waiting, but I hardly ever hear anybody talk about I Feel For You. I mean, I Feel For You is an underrated classic. It's a great song, and it's the happiest song you've ever heard. I mean, why in God's name Prince did not put it out as the second single after I Want to Be Your Lover? Because, I mean, it's still the same thing. He's having girlfriend problems, you know, except this time he's just lusting after it. It's a lot like In Love, because it's the same thing. Prince is lusting after a woman, pretty much. And, I mean, it's not even more mature than In Love. I mean, it's the same thing. Basically, he wants to find her and he wants to have sex with her. You know, it's basically the same theme of In Love. Except with In Love, he goes into a bit more detail of what he wants to do to her. But still, this is happy, happy organ music. This would have cemented, given Prince another top 20 hit and would have cemented the album even further. But I don't know. I mean, marketing decisions, I can't make minds up, people. So that's my Purple Gem #4, and we're going to move on to another thing quickly. I finally bit the bullet yesterday and went out and bought everything else. Once again, I'm behind the 8 ball. I went out and bought this thing, basically. Ultimate Rave. I saw the records too, but at $64.99 for Rave Unto and $59 for Rave Into, I decided I don't know what you're buying. I mean, I don't really like the album much, but I bought this mainly so I don't have a CD copy of Rave Into. The packaging, I have to say though, is really, really nice. You can see how it glows. I love that gold symbol guitar. And as you open it up, I've taken the CDs out because I'm going to talk about those in a minute. As you can see, this is the packaging. It's really, really nice. You know, I thought it was well worth it for $34.99. I mean, like someone else said on Prince I mean, that shiny suit and those horrible braids do not suit him. Basically, the CD in there is Rave Into, you know, and this is the really good thing I like about this sturdy cardboard packaging is that no one's ever going to be able to tell the originals from this, because first of all, these are what the new CDs look like, basically. That's your Rave Into the Joy Fantastic CD. Rave Into looks exactly the same. These are the modern ones, and also you can clearly see there, you know, copyright 1999, 2019. Now these are EU pressings, so if you're in America, they might be slightly different. And the DVD looks like this, basically. As you can see, this is a New Zealand one, PG, that's our New Zealand coding. So, if anyone ever says I've got an original Rave to the Enjoy Fantastic CD, because apparently the originals are quite rare now, you know those are fakes, because this is what the original looks like. I've still got the original from 1999, still in good condition, probably because I've hardly ever played the damn thing. But this is what the original CD looks like. This is a 1999 CD. As you can see, it looks completely different. It's got the Arista logo on it. Now, if anybody tries to sell you the new one as the old one, there's no way in how you can get filled. As you can see here, they look very, very different, basically. So there you are. And the original case was one of these clear jewel cases. I actually like this. The booklet in the new one's very different. This is what the original Slick looks like. It's actually just a big fold-out thing. You know, as you can see, unfortunately, some idiot in the record store put a price label on Prince's head. But this is what it looks like. You've got Prince in the swimming pool at his villa in Marbella, I think it is, holding up that crystal glove, and this is what it looks like. So you've got the lyric sheet, basically, and the usual doggerel about how great everything is. But I actually kind of like it, you know. I mean, I've become a little less harsh on Rave. I've been listening to it a bit more. It's actually pretty damn good, I think. And also in the original case too is his lecture about, you know, lambs and meat is murder, basically. So again, this feeds on to my gem I talked about last week with Animal Kingdom. Prince was still very much rocking this vegan message 3 or 4 years later. So there you are. So that's what your original CD from 1999 looks like. And I think it's so funny now, people are saying it's hard to find them, because up to about 10 years ago at Real Groovy, there was always a copy of Rave in the sales CDs part where you could buy it for like $2 or something. I mean, it was just, no one was buying it or anything, basically. And as for the DVD, this is what the original DVD looks like. As you can see, the DVD looks very different with the original one. You know, it's got the same, you know, stuff written, you know, that horrible picture of Prince. This is, again, a New Zealand pressing. I mean, this could even be later, because there's something called EV Classics. I don't know if this, there's no dates on it that suggest it was made after the year 2000, but what I do know is I bought this around the year 2012, and so, I mean, I have no idea if it was made sometime between 2000 and 2012. I've only watched it a couple of times. It plays well. I will admit I'm not that crazy about the concert. You know, I mean, there are some decent songs, and I mean, the version of Purple Rain's pretty good. His version of The Christ, even though he's buggered the lyrics up, is actually pretty good. And the Everyday People version is also a real highlight for me. Because, you know, he had... And also the other thing I bought too, just yet another book for my burgeoning book collection, this one here. It's a collection of interviews. I think I probably overpaid for it. There's not much in it, but it does have that really good... It does have a couple of his last interviews, and it does have that really good Dirty Mind era interview, which I love reading about. Oh, that was just a receipt, basically. And it's actually quite interesting. So that's the other thing floating around at the moment. And there you are. So I feel for you and some purchases. May you all live to see the dawn. And like I said, I'll start this Purple Rain video at some stage.